Hi, and welcome to this trauma-informed yoga flow to feel safe. Today, I encourage you to grab some blocks, a blanket, bolster, chairs, come near a wall. We're going to be grounding first in our body to really feel the weight of how gravity naturally supports us to help our bodies remember what it feels like to feel safe. If you've never practiced yoga and this is your first time, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this practice brings you into gentleness with your body and a deeper feeling of safety than maybe you began with this practice. Something about trauma-informed yoga that we want to be mindful of is that we always maintain authorship of what we're doing with our own bodies. So if at any point throughout this practice there's something that doesn't feel good, please listen to that and pause in a place or move into a pose that feels better, maybe one that we did before, one that you already know of that feels good, or just come back to some basic breathing that we'll begin the class with. Wherever you're at, I invite you in to come throw on some cozy pants, a cozy sweater, whatever makes you feel good to come practice this flow, your favorite yoga pants, whatever. Another piece that I encourage you to bring into this practice is actually a smell. And the reason why we want to bring a smell into this practice as we're establishing safety in our bodies is to create another piece for our brains to tie this experience back into our everyday realities. So next time you're wanting to feel a sense of safety, but you don't have this time to come practice a yoga flow, you can actually grab the smell and it'll trigger a memory in your body and your brain to come back to this moment of feeling safe. So it could be as simple as grabbing your favorite candle, it could be lighting some incense, turning on some essential oil machine, or it could be something as simple as going to grab a kiwi or orange from your kitchen and just peeling the rind off and letting that smell get on your fingertips, and maybe just placing a little bit right on your upper lip. Whatever feels good, and if that's too strange for you, just come as you are, and you don't have to add smell if you don't want, but it can be a really powerful tool to help reintegrate your body into more practices of safety, as all of us who have experienced trauma need more of. So I hope you enjoy this practice, and grab some blocks, blankets, chairs, and I'll be showing you different modifications depending on all different levels that might be watching this video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and let's hop on our mat. Alright, so to begin, we're going to first come to a few different options. I'm encouraged, if you're not sure where to start, to actually start on your back in horse pose. So just come till you're flat on your back, and we can start here. I personally love to, for feelings of safety, like to start in my belly, so I'm going to offer that as well. And in either of these, you can grab your blanket and roll it up long ways and put that underneath your shins or the back of your knees to create a little low back support. So if you want to come on your belly, you can kind of just rest your forehead down, or just rest your arms straight down, and I'll cue turning and echo from your belly. If on your belly or your back doesn't feel good in your body, I encourage you to come up against a wall. I'm going to show you against a couch right now, but I really encourage you up against a wall. And just come to sit with your body resting fully, feeling your shoulder blades and your back and your hips, or as much as your body as you can, up against a surface while your lower half of your body is sitting. If this doesn't feel good and you do not want to lay on your back or your belly, come to put a pillow underneath your bum or block or your blanket. And that will make sitting a little more accessible. So wherever you're at, laying on your belly, laying on your back, let's all bring it together. And just so you continue to hear me, I'm going to join laying on my back. But really encourage you to try your belly and see how that feels. It can just be such a comfortable, safe place to feel unexposed. And wherever you're at, we're just going to come into our breath and just notice where our breath is. No matter where you're coming from your day, you're starting your day, you're ending your day, you're in the middle of it. Just to kind of rinse out with our breath for a moment. A lot of beautiful pieces of yoga is coming back to this grounding place of our breath and its constant movement. And so just want you to start to notice where your breath is. Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your lungs, around your chest bones, your collarbone? Maybe you feel it in the back of your throat. Maybe you feel it in your mouth or your nose. Just come to notice it wherever you are. And then see if you can start to just slowly slow down your breath. So just maybe breathing in a second longer than you last did. And breathing out just a second longer, just going really gently. And just seeing if you can just slow down your breath. And that's all we're going to do today, is just slow down and lengthen the breath. And if you notice your shoulders starting to creep up to your ears as you're breathing, just kind of slowly relax them. If you notice you're clenching through your butt cheeks, just start and relax them. And just breathing, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. Now starting at our toes, I want you just to notice right now in your toes or your heels, wherever you feel contact to the ground. And I just want you to wiggle that space, whether you're seated or on your belly, and just give yourself some gentle pulsing, gentle wiggles if that feels good. And then you can pause. I want you to just notice the weight of gravity holding the bottom of your foot. Just feeling this cradling. And then I want you to move up to your sits bones, your hips. And just notice the contact points on your body where you feel your hips. And maybe if it feels good, you can give them a little rock side to side. And just noticing this being held, that gravity is always holding you, and that the earth is always holding us. And then experiencing wherever the shoulders come in contact with the earth. The back of the shoulders, the front of the shoulders. Maybe just giving them a little wiggle. You know, if it feels silly. That's when you know you've come into safety in your body and you can enter into play. You're already there. Way to go. And come to stillness again, or you can keep wiggling if that feels good. And just notice the contact of the ground to your shoulders. And now moving to the hands. If you're seated, go ahead and just place the hands on the ground or on your thighs, wherever they reach. If you're laying down, just notice where your hands touch the ground. And just feel the weight and the safety there. And this foundation being held by your hands with no effort. So you're secure. In this moment of your hands touching her. Now moving up to our head, and if your head's turned one way, go ahead and turn it now to the other way. And noticing where your head touches the earth or the back of the wall. And just noticing the sensation of contact and the weight of it. And just taking a moment now, scanning back down and taking a moment of gratitude and thanksgiving for these points of contact. And this doesn't have to be anything other than literal thankful that your head is being held right now. That you can feel a counterweight against your head. And noticing a counterweight of your hands. And noticing and saying, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for this counterweight against my shoulders. And moving to the hip bones and saying, thank you for this counterweight against my hips. And moving to the heels and saying, thank you for this counterweight to our heels. And now, moving back up through our heels, we'll be adding in just an affirmation throughout our practice to remind our bodies, help our bodies come back to center and say thank you to them, to our beautiful bodies, and to this beautiful sensation of gravity that is always a source of safety that we can tap back into at any moment. And our breath. So saying, as you notice your heels, saying, I am safe in my heels, touching the earth. I am safe in my heels, touching the earth. Moving to the hips, saying, I am safe in my hips, touching the earth. I am safe with contact with my hips on the earth. I am grounded with my hips on the earth. Moving up to our shoulders, saying, I'm secure with my shoulders, grounded into the earth. I am safe with my hands grounded into the earth. I am safe with my head grounded into the earth. Bringing back awareness to our breath now. Come to wiggle your fingers and toes. If you're on your back, go ahead and roll to your right side. And if you're on your belly, go ahead and roll to one side. And come to use your top hand to lift yourself up. Beautiful. Now we're all going to meet gently in a seat. And if you have socks, this would be a good time to remove them if that feels okay to you. And come to a seat with your feet flat on the ground. And your feet can be as far away from you as you want or as close in as feels good. And what we're going to do here is just start to find a long spine. So just noticing our sits bones here. And you can remove the fleshy parts underneath you so you can feel the ground again. And from here you can place your hands behind your thighs and come to draw your shoulder blades together and down, feeling this engagement through the center of the spine here as you open up a little bit through the chest. Engage the low belly button, so this is just gentle lift up as if your belly button's going up and in instead of sucking it all in where you can't breathe anymore. So just a gentle engagement here. And you might start to notice a little tension. If you have tight hip flexors like I do, feeling a little tension here. And just continuing with our mantra, I am safe. And then from here, I want you to see if you can start to engage your root muscles. And if you've never done this before, it's okay. Just bring awareness down there in your imagination, and your imagination will help start to connect to your body. And it might be the first time you've ever done this, and it's beautiful, just imagining that you have this little hammock at the roots of your pelvis, and there's two muscles, one at the top, one at the bottom, and together they hold space and bring everything in these root part of our body here. So if you know those muscles, you can play with engagements, or Kegels as they're also known, and just a gentle lift up in both the muscles to engage the low abdomen, and then a gentle release. And if you're like, I have no idea what you just said, Lilia, it's okay. You brought awareness there, and that is the most beautiful thing you can do for yourself today. So from here, with that engagement in whatever capacity is available to your body, we're just going to start to rock if this feels good. And if you're like, we're doing what? You don't have to do this. You can just come to meet us standing. But I encourage you to come and play in this and come to do what's called rock and roll. And if you try it once and it's not for your spine, again, go ahead and skip it and make your way to standing in whatever way feels good to you. But if you enjoy this, just enjoy this playfulness of I am safe to play in this silly little pose. And when you've done a few little rock and rolls, come to cross your ankles, plant your palms in front of you, tuck the back toes, and we're just going to walk to come to standing position. From here, you can grab your blocks to come on either side of your feet. Or you can come grab a chair. So coming to stand in the top of your mat, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. We're just going to come to ground in our feet a little bit here. Coming to a mountain pose and really noticing our feet on the earth. And just seeing if you can look down at your toes. Maybe you notice them for the first time in a while. And just see if you can lift your toes out here and feeling this ball of your foot right down here. We're going to place pressure on these 4 points. And if you're just like, these are feet, and I'm not sure where those 4 points are, that's okay. We're just exploring safety in our body today by finding grounding points. So from here, pressing your weight into those 4 corners of your feet, and then gently letting the toes relax. Feeling the weight of gravity holding you. And if you want some more pressure to help you feel safe and secure in this moment standing, or standing is not accessible to you, you can actually do this seated and just keep your feet on the ground. But if you want a little more pressure, come stand all the way up against a wall so you feel the support of the wall against your back as you're standing too. And the point of all of this is we're having this safe pressure, safe contact in all of our body to help continue to ground our nervous system and build safety in our bodies. So as you're grounding your toes, continue to lift up your muscles through your legs, and then come to stack these shoulders over the hips, and again bringing that shoulders up to the ears and rolling back and down and engaging these back muscles right here. So some people like to pretend like they're holding a pencil right here. That can be sometimes too extreme, but just feeling a soft engagement there. And if you're not noticing the engagement, again, that's okay. Just bringing the shoulders maybe back to a place that might feel a little unfamiliar to most of us that are in a forward world. So coming to your alignment for your mountain pose, grounding your feet, and then gently come bring your gaze straight in front of you. Coming back to our mantra of I am safe, I am secure, I am whole. Now coming to move away from the wall if you were against the wall, and if you're in a chair, I'll show you a modification in just a moment for this. We're going to come into high lunge. So anchoring your weight to your left leg, sliding your right toes back. We're going to come into a high lunge. So your back heel is lifted up off the ground, and your feet are on two very separate railroad tracks. So we don't want them on the same railroad track because then we don't have as much balance. But when they're separate, they hold more stability. So as you get there, you can come to put blocks on either side of your foot. You can come near a wall, so hold onto the wall to help find stability. You can bring a chair to also bring me stability as you find this space. And then if you need some more support today, come to bring your chair right underneath your hip and finding your lunge here. And it's okay if there's a good bend in your back leg, whether or not you're using a chair or not. And you can keep your hands on your blocks if you'd like, or you can come to standing upright if you need to. And here in Warrior 2, we're lifting up on the inner thighs, growing strength from our roots, and adding in that security as we mix it in the center, saying, I am safe. I am safe. I sometimes step in places of a warrior spirit, but even there, I am safe. Beautiful. Now we're going to pivot on the back toes as we sweep the right arm down, come back into our high lunge, and then we're going to step forward and play with a Warrior 3. So first ground with this left leg. If you know a Warrior 3, go ahead and slide right into it, just finding your balance and your affirmations. Otherwise, go ahead and kickstand the back toes. Anchor through this left leg. And again, you can do this against a wall. Grab a chair, stand in front of you. And if you're in a chair, in general, you can just come to starting to lift this back toe up as you lean a little bit forward. And we're just going to play with letting this right toe come up. And the long-term goal is to create a T-shape with our body and our root leg. But we want to be mindful of where we're at in our body today and what feels safe. And honoring that. And some days it might feel different than others. And just going to wherever your edge is. And your hands can come to your heart center. And just playing with touching the toes down to come up. Good, wherever you're at, come back to your solid mountain pose. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up high. And exhale to fold. Come to grab your blocks if you need them to reach the ground. Bring the ground up to you. And generous bend of the knees, belly to tops of thighs. Coming even as we're upside down here, just coming to say, I am safe. Good, and gently coming to straighten through that right leg. And then straighten to the left leg, bending through the right. Just stretching through that left leg that just got a lot of deep work. Beautiful, now we're going to inhale, roll up. Sweep the arms up high. Exhale, hands through heart center. Now let's go to the other side. Anchoring that right foot down, sliding the left toe back again on two different railroad tracks. Left heel comes up, right knee over right ankle. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Keep them down. Or grab your blocks to stay here. Again, you can come to your chair right underneath your hips if you need that, or if that's your practice today. And coming back to our affirmation, I am safe. I am safe. Beautiful, pivoting on the back toes. Wiggling our right foot to come to the center line of our arch. And right knee still staying over right ankle, checking in. You can see your right big toe. Arms stretched up long. And gaze can come over your right shoulder. And again, if you're in a chair, you're just pivoting to open your body up. Beautiful, coming back to I am safe, even as times I am a warrior. I am safe. Adding your breath in if you would like. I am safe. Feeling that ground rooting up, coming in through the center of the body. Bring the energy up through the core, all the way to the heart space, all the way to the mind. I am safe. Beautiful, back hand comes down as your left toes pivot. Walk your right foot out to the side if you want. It's okay if you tumble all over. Grab your wall, grab your couch. Sweep your arms up high. And then from here, we're going to come from a high lunge into our warrior two. So you can kick off, come into your warrior two if that's already in your practice. If not, we'll play here, just anchoring through the right leg. Coming to kickstand the left toes up off the ground. And just play with the teeter-totter of the body, just saying, I am safe here, even as I balance. Even as I juggle, I am safe here. Beautiful. And if you find yourself really wobbly, engaging the core here, engaging through that right thigh, and playing here with a wall or a chair, whatever you need to come into a warrior three. And it doesn't have to look anything like mine or anything like you've ever seen. It's all about moving into the pose that feels good in your body and stepping into finding a little bit of balance here and grounding. Beautiful. Wherever you're at, come back to mountain. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slide the palms all the way up. Come to a nice flat back. And come to palms towards the ground. Your blocks. Or chair in front of you. And we're going to straighten through that right leg. Bend generously in the left. And stretching through this right whole side of the body. Beautiful. I am safe in my body. I am safe as I'm folded. Safe as I'm stretching. Beautiful, straighten through that left leg. Generous bend down both knees as you come to roll up. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. And exhale, hands through heart center. Now we're going to move into some tree poses. So you can do this in a chair seated. And just finding your tree pose seated here. Or crossing the ankle over if that feels okay in your head. Otherwise, there's for you to do this standing. You can come right next to a wall to give you that extra security and support that you need as you come to find balance and safety. So let's go into our left leg first. So we're going to balance into our left leg. Kickstand the right toes with the knee forward first. If you already know tree pose, feel free to head there. If not, come to workshop with me. Find the spine nice and stacked over the tummy engaged, lifting up and in, shoulders engaged here. Left upper thigh supporting you, pulling us out of the hip. We often have a tendency to put our weight into our hips, so lifting up out of it. And then turning now the toe to the outside, if that feels okay. And resting the heel right on the top, above the ankle, not on the ankle. And you can play here in your tree pose. The hands can come to heart center. They can be branches, whatever they want, whatever you want. And then if you'd like, you can play with your tree, finding your calf, or coming to the full expression up in your inner thigh if that feels good and secure in your body. Wherever you're at, find a pressure on your left leg to push into your right foot if your foot is on your calf or your inner thigh. Pointing your hip bones forward, engaging the glutes gently, and finding a spot, not me, in front of you that is still and coming into our affirmation. I am safe as I balance. I am safe as I grow. I am safe as I learn balance. Beautiful. One more breath. And exhale, lower the right foot down. Shake out the left leg. And then we'll move into the other side. Anchor through the right leg. Lifting up out of the kneecap, out of the thigh, out of the hip. Abdomen engaged here. Hands to heart center. Kicks down the left toes. Open up through the thigh. And anchor the left heel above the right ankle. And come, if you'd like, to play with your left foot on your left calf. You can come all the way up to your inner thigh, wherever is feeling lovely in your body, where you want to play in your balance and finding safety and learning balance. Saying, I am safe as I balance. I am safe as I learn balancing. I am safe. Beautiful. Gently lower the left leg down to the ground and shake the right one out. Beautiful. Come back to the front of your mat if you were facing the side with me. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, straighten through the legs. Bend the left knee. Straighten through the right. Just stretching those hips out one more time. And then straighten through the left and bend through the right. Again, you can bring your blocks in here. And you can do this sitting in the chair too. Beautiful, let's do that again one more time. The other side, straighten the right leg, bend through the left. And switch, bend through the left. Bend through the right, straighten through the left. Beautiful. Let's make our way down to a simple seated, however it's accessible to you. And we're going to inhale, open up through the heart space, drawing the shoulders back. And we're just going to come to rock back and forth on the spine, on the sits bones here. This is a really, really subtle movement here in the low spine. Come to some slowness. And to rock back and forth on the hips. Just saying, I am safe as I root into the ground. I am safe. I am secure. Now we're going to come to add a little more of the torso. Come to add this tummy and the chest. And the tummy and the chest. Same with this little seated cat-cow movements. And then what we're going to do is adding our arms into these little rocks. So come and stretch your arms out long, saying, I'm safe as I reach. And then as we come to curl in, we're going to give ourselves a little hug and say, I'm safe as I close. Inhale, reaching our arms, I'm safe as I reach. Exhale, giving ourselves a hug, saying, I'm safe as I close. Inhale, straighten the arms out long, I'm safe as I reach. And exhale, curving our arms in to hug ourselves, I'm safe as I close. Beautiful, now we're going to swap the arms that are on top. So whatever arm is on top, it doesn't matter which one, just place the other one on top. So inhale, I'm safe as I reach. And exhale, I'm safe as I close. Inhale, I'm safe as I reach. Exhale, I'm safe as I close. Inhale, I'm safe as I reach. Exhale, I'm safe as I close. Beautiful. Stay here. Just bowing in this deep little hug. Just thanking yourself and your body for this beautiful moment, this beautiful practice, and the beautiful journey that you have created for yourself and finding safety for your body today. Come sit upright. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please let me know how you're doing in the comments. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to show you another video that is a beautiful practice to pair with this yoga flow that will help you restore some yoga. Bring this affirmation of I'm safe deeper into your subconscious through a practice called Yoga Nidra, and I can't wait for you to experience it. I hope to see you again here on your yoga mat or in a meditation practice. If you want to go deeper in creating safety for your body, I offer one-on-one sessions with people. Reach out to me with the links below in the description, and feel free to share this video if you know anyone else that needs to create safety. I feel like it's a practice we all need, whether we've experienced trauma or not. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or the end of it. Namaste.